I have just completed my first day of praying and fasting, and I've prayed in tongues for 8 hours. Saying that number makes me a little, I can't even tell the feeling. I can't even tell the feeling. Initially, when I said I want to pray for 8 hours a day, it felt like it's going to be a really long time. And I definitely had some doubts of how I'm going to pull it off. But after going through the entire session of praying, somehow I say it hasn't been as difficult as I thought it would be. Now, just to give you a little report of how it has been for me the first day, I woke up and spent like an hour and a half in prayer. So that cut down the hours I was to pray from 8 to about 6.5. And then I did the rest as one block. So basically the last session I prayed for 6 hours straight. And so that was between midnight. I actually began praying at midnight. So it was midnight up to like almost 7 a.m. Right now it's actually just 7 a.m. So I've just stopped praying some few minutes ago. And the very early minutes of at midnight, like shortly before midnight, actually I wanted to start praying before midnight. So I did start praying before midnight. But then somehow I was feeling a little sleepy and I was just not comfortable. And I realized that praying was very, very difficult and I really struggled. And because I was praying from my bed, of course, I did fall asleep and I took a nap for almost like half an hour before I actually woke up to continue praying. So when I woke up, all of a sudden praying became lighter, it became easier. So I began praying that midnight and just went straight all the way until like almost 7 a.m. So that those were about 6 hours and some minutes. So cumulatively, those are 8 hours done for today. And of course, I'm grateful to God. So in terms of my expectations, when I thought of praying for 8 hours, I definitely knew it was going to be intense. And I was expecting some kind of soaking in the spirit. And I have to say that I am not really surprised by what I have experienced. There wasn't really any specific thing which I would say it was supernatural, except for the usual peace and calm, and even just the ability to pray all through without getting tired. That definitely is a huge blessing that I could easily overlook, but then I have to appreciate that what for 6 continuous hours I was speaking in tongues. And I didn't even have any background music. I didn't have any worship. I didn't have anything. I was alone in the house and in darkness actually for a good part of 3 hours. I prayed in tongues in darkness before I switched on my light. So for the next 3 hours. So that is a huge blessing for me. Just to be able to pray fluently and enjoy just a peaceful time praying and just not feeling like struggling at all. So I'm grateful that that was the case. And so I am glad because I have spoken in tongues before for a long time, like this kind of long sessions. I've spoken in tongues before. And most of the time, I used to pray in tongues this long was together with my friends during night vigils. And most of those night vigils, we'll just pray and pray and pray, and we would walk out of there, and it will feel like the prayers we have made it was kind of, you couldn't really point at any specific thing and say this is the miracle that has happened because of the times we have prayed. And remember, we would have prayed like the entire night. So I got used to receiving the gift of praying in tongues as a behind the scenes work. Because what used to happen during those days is that we would pray in tongues for like the whole night, and then in the morning people will just go back to their homes. But it's after they go back to their homes is when they start now experiencing testimonies of things like just breakthroughs and things happening like for the people who are in that prayer session. So even right now, as I have prayed, I know there is a lot that has been shifted in my spirit, but I have not just seen it yet. And I'm actually glad that I have not seen it yet, because it at least motivates me to keep praying. So I'm glad. The only thing I can like definitely point at and say it was a huge blessing was definitely the ability to pray for like those 6 continuous hours without getting tired. And I thank God for that. So this is the first day. I'm a bit tired, as you can tell, and want to take a rest, of course, and then I will wake up and start day 2. Of course, start again praying in tongues for 8 hours. And I'm still fasting, of course, just taking water and some glucose. I've only taken 3 glasses of water throughout the entire period, and 3 sachets of glucose. That is 30 grams. Yeah, 30, are they milligrams or grams? 30 should be 30 milligrams or something. I don't even remember. My mind is tired, but I took 3 sachets, and I'm feeling still strong enough. I don't feel any weakness. In my previous fasts, I used to take milk, but I realized that taking milk, it would fill up my stomach, and I will feel like a little uncomfortable when I am praying. So that's why this time I chose to go with glucose and just water instead of milk as I used to do. So far so good, and I'll continue giving you the report, of course, of how things go. And I hope this actually motivates you. I hope this is a great motivation to you. And I hope you will enjoy and also be motivated to probably take up this challenge one of these coming days. Remember, you can also support this work. Of course, this work relies on your donations. I have details on the screen, as well as if you want to contact me, you can also just use the details I provided on the screen. I will greatly appreciate. Even if it is just to say hi to me, you can always send me an email, and I'll do my best to reply to you, and just know that you watch these videos and that you enjoy them. It will greatly encourage me to keep doing them. So God bless you.